Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of our Prep Sports Highlight Show here on Sportscenetv.net. I'm Anthony Saranana. It's hard to believe that we're already highlighting Week 3 of the football season as we draw ever so closer to league play. One team that has provided us with a glimpse of some of CIF's elite teams is the Chino Hills Huskies. In Week 3, the Huskies would face the two-time defending Hacienda League champs, the West Covina Bulldogs. So let's head out to West Covina and check out the highlights from this game. The Chino Hills Huskies were the visiting team in Week 3 for the first time in the 2012 season as they faced the West Covina Bulldogs. The Huskies, who finished a 3-game homestand with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie, were looking to get a victory in the first of their 3 games that will be played on the road. In the first quarter, the Huskies running back Louis Napoli gets the handoff and runs 43 yards into the Bulldogs' territory. Five plays later, the Huskies quarterback Matt Simcoe throws a short pass to wide receiver Jack Austin in the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. The PAT was unsuccessful and Chino Hills leads 6-0 with 6:56 remaining in the first quarter. Still in the first quarter, the Bulldogs elect to go for it on 4th and 3. It looks as if West Covina picks up the first down, but the Chino Hills defense strips the ball and the Huskies recover the ball at their own 39. The Huskies would capitalize on the turnover as Chino Hills quarterback Matt Simcoe and the entire offense sells the fake as everyone goes to the left side of the field, leaving the right side wide open for Simcoe to run 25 yards to score the touchdown. The 2-point conversion was no good, and the Huskies take a 12-0 lead with 2:12 left in the first quarter. Moving into the second quarter, after the Huskies' Zach Chadwick intercepted a pass from the Bulldogs quarterback Antonio Hall, Chino Hills capitalizes again on the turnover. The Huskies' Matt Simcoe launches a long 46-yard pass to a wide-open Joseph Lada. He makes the catch to score the touchdown. Chino Hills attempted the 2-point conversion, which was unsuccessful, and the Huskies' lead is 18-0 with 11:53 remaining at the half. Chino Hills adds more points to the board as senior running back Darren Arbicelli from 3 yards out fights his way into the end zone, and on the second push he breaks through, scoring the touchdown. The Huskies miss the PAT and Chino Hills leads West Covina 24-0. With 3 minutes remaining in the first half, the West Covina Bulldogs fumble the ball and the Huskies sophomore defensive lineman Trent Goins picks up the loose ball and runs the ball 66 yards to score the touchdown. Chino Hills is successful on the 2-point conversion and leads 32-0. The Huskies would score one more time before halftime on this 8-yard pass from Matt Simcoe to Chad Eldridge, and Chino Hills goes into halftime leading West Covina 39-0. Going to the third quarter, it was the Huskies' defense yet again shining in the game as the Huskies' Zach Chadwick intercepts a pass from the Bulldogs quarterback Antonio Hall from the Huskies' 2-yard line. Chadwick runs the ball back for 98 yards to score the touchdown. Chino Hills' lead is now 46-0. West Covina would break the shutout as running back Deshaun Love runs the ball into the end zone to score the touchdown from 6 yards out with 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the game. The Bulldogs would score one more touchdown in the fourth quarter, but it wouldn't be enough as the Huskies go on to win the game 46-14. For Chino Hills, they would have a total of 544 yards in the game as 350 of them came from the offense and 194 yards came from the defense. Huskies quarterback Matt Simcoe completed 17 of 21 passes for 214 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception in the game. Leading the team in receptions, Joseph Lara had 4 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Leading the Huskies in the rushing game was Louis Napoli with 5 carries and 60 yards rushing. Next week, the Huskies will face Great Oak, who defeated Heritage in a close one, 35-32. We had an opportunity to speak to the Huskies head coach Derek Bubb and quarterback Matt Simcoe after the game, and here's what they had to say.
Good game of football. We knew we could do it on offense. We knew we could do it on defense. We just hadn't put it together yet this year, and we finally got one put together, and it was a good win for Chino Hills.
Should be happy as well. We saw it from your offense, as you mentioned, your defense, but we saw a numerous amount of your players touching the ball and making the difference in the game.
Matt does a great job spreading the ball around. Both Matt Bechtel and Matt Simcoe do a great job spreading the ball out, and we feel like we got some weapons. You got to defend the full field. That's what makes this offense tough.
You also were to capitalize on some turnovers and mistakes they made. Tell me your thoughts when you see your team able to do that.
Yeah, scored twice on defense. They fumbled the ball. it's team defense. That's why we urge 11 guys getting to the ball. Something good happens. Our third guy gets the ball, picks up a fumble, got a pick, and then picked up a fumble, ran it back. So that's part of team defense. We had 11 guys getting to the football.
Matt, tell me your thoughts in the game. First half, we had something like over 200 yards passing.
Yeah, it was a really good game, offensive point, and also defense and special teams also played really good on all three sides of the ball. And my line blocked really good, and receivers caught the ball, and running backs blocked, and Coach Beck just called a really good game of offense.
It seems like you were able to keep them on their toes. You guys were able to do it with the rushing game and the passing. It must make it great for you as a quarterback.
Yes, sir. It's always great when we have a great running game and a great passing game in one game.
All right, Coach, so next week, who do you guys face, and what are we looking forward to?
We've got Great Oak next week, another good football team, and so we just got to get better. We got to keep moving, taking steps forward, and then we get in the league.
Checking out the rest of the Sierra League, the undefeated 3-0 Ayala Bulldogs hosted the Glendora Tartans. In the first quarter, the Bulldogs' A.J. Reynoso blocked a Glendora punt, and the loose ball was picked up by the Bulldogs' Blake Wallace, who goes 17 yards to score the touchdown, giving the Bulldogs a 7-0 lead with 10:33 in the first quarter. Glendora tied the game at 7 on a 5-yard catch by the Tartans' Christian Fulham with 5:58 left in the first quarter. After hitting a 21-yard field goal, the Bulldogs, already leading 10-0, would widen the lead after Ayala's Dane Crookshank scores on a 40-yard touchdown run to give Ayala the 17-7 lead with 1.6 seconds left in the first quarter. Glendora closes the gap on a 2-yard touchdown run from Joey Paulus, and the score is 17-14 going into halftime. In the third quarter, Glendora would mount a comeback, and the Bulldogs would trail 28-24. However, with 2 touchdowns from running back Jordan Robinson on a 69 and 25-yard runs, the Bulldogs would go on to win the game over Glendora 38-28 and remain undefeated 4-0. In the game, the Bulldogs' Jordan Robinson had 13 carries for 155 yards and 3 touchdowns that all came in the third quarter. Ayala's quarterback Brian Mayette was 8 for 20 in passing for 232 yards and 1 interception. In the receiving category, the Bulldogs' Spencer Wallace had 3 catches for 95 yards. The Bulldogs will have a bye week this Friday night and open league play against the Damien Spartans. Looking at the rest of the Sierra League scoreboard, Charter Oak loses to Bishop Amat 30-14. Bonita wins in big fashion over Claremont 61-20, while Damien and South Hills had a bye. Last week, the Chino Cowboys faced Oak Hills in a game that showed head coach Matt McCain still fine-tuning his team as they get closer to league play. In week 3, the Cowboys hosted the Hacienda League's Los Altos Conquerors. So let's head out to John Monger Stadium for highlights of this game. The Chino Cowboys come into week 3 play with a 1-2 record and are hosting the Conquerors of Los Altos from the Hacienda League, who are boasting a 3-0 preseason record. The Cowboys win the toss and choose to defer to the second quarter. The Cowboys are coming into tonight's game still looking for a few answers on the type of offensive package that will work best for them. Chino has the privilege of having enough talented personnel to be able to exchange 3 different offensive attacks, but has expressed the importance of identifying the right offense going into league play. Chino is first to score tonight on this spectacular 58-yard run by number 5 J.C. Carradine, but after a missed snap, the PAT was no good. The score was Chino 6, Los Altos 0. For the Cowboys, number 21 Jonathan Lazard has a nice 28-yard gain. And it would be the Cowboys' number 21 Jonathan Lazard who would take the ball into the end zone for another touchdown on this 30-yard run with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Still in the first quarter, as the Los Altos quarterback tries to hold on to the ball, he is unable to find the handle and Chino recovers the fumble. As Chino drives down the field, number 32 Christian Galvez runs 27 yards. This is followed up by another 27-yard run by quarterback number 4 Alex Alvarado. He also loses the handle but fortunately recovers the ball. This will set up a Chino field goal. The 27-yarder was good, giving the Cowboys a 16-0 lead with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third. Now, late in the fourth quarter, Los Altos will try to mount an offensive attack when quarterback number 11 Christian Hesaba finds number 35 Marco Estuardo coming out of the backfield with this pass and a 57-yard run. But he's knocked out of bounds. Chino will hold them off from scoring. shutting out the Conquerors on a final score 16-0. With the victory tonight, Chino ends the preseason with a 2-2 record, with victories over Pomona and Los Altos, and defeats to Diamond Ranch and Oak Hills. Next week, they will start league play with a road opener against the Ontario Jaguars. The game is at Montclair High School at 7 p.m. Friday night.
You know, we played pretty well. The defense did a great job. The offense started off pretty hot, and then their defense picked it up. I give them a lot of credit. Watched them on film all week. They play very hard. They're well coached, and I'm happy we get a victory here. Heading into league, get a little momentum going, and right now it's a shutout, right? And so I'm very proud of that. And defense is just doing a great job. And we went with overall kids played. They played well. They understood. We've been a little bit up and down, but we're working on. Just consistent football every week, and I think we're going to be okay. So we're excited. We're going to start league, and we've been tested. We played some good teams in the preseason, and we've grown a lot, and we're just looking forward to league play next week.
Taking a look at the rest of the Mount Baldy League, the Don Lugo Conquistadors played their Week 3 game on Thursday night, facing Azusa. Don Lugo would score 27 unanswered points before Azusa would score their first touchdown with 6:31 left in third quarter. Lugo's touchdowns were a mixture from their aerial and ground game. Running back Terry Gordon had 13 carries for 122 yards and 2 third-quarter touchdowns for 54 and 27 yards. The Conquistadors quarterback Mark Weisman was 14 for 23 with 206 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. In the receiving category, Don Lugo's Hunter Grepp had 4 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown, and Marcus Helton had 4 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. Lugo would win the game 39-14. This Friday, the Conquistadors will have a bye and open league play the following week against the Chino Cowboys in the annual Milk Can game. Looking at the rest of the Week 3 Mount Baldy League scoreboard, Ontario loses a close one to Altaloma 36-35. Montclair defeats Sunny Hills 21-12. Tesoro is victorious over Colony 56-7. Chaffee shuts out Bloomington 33-0, and Gary loses to Amino South Los Angeles 48-6. It's now time for our Roscoe's Highlight of the Week, sponsored by Roscoe's Famous Deli. This week's highlight is from the Chino Hills at West Covina game, as the Huskies' Zach Chadwick intercepts a West Covina pass from the Huskies' 2-yard line and runs an amazing 98 yards to score the touchdown. This has been the Roscoe's Famous Deli Highlight of the Week. I would love to see your amazing highlight videos from the games you attend. If your video is selected by our producers as the Roscoe's Highlight of the Week, then you will receive a $25 gift card to Roscoe's Famous Deli. All you have to do is email us at our website, videos@sportscenetv.net. It's now time for our Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Week. And in this segment, we highlight a student athlete not only who does well on the field, but excels academically as well. This week's Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Week is Thomas Zuria, also known as Taz to his teammates. It's now time for our Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Week, and from the Chino Hills Huskies, we have Taz. Taz, thanks for joining us. A couple of questions here. What is your current GPA and grade level?
Right now I'm a senior and I have a 4.3 GPA.
All right, and what is your favorite subject or subjects?
My favorite subject's always been math. I've always had a pretty easy time with it, and it's just always fun to me.
Do you have a target college that you would like to go to, or maybe a top 3 that you would like to go to?
Right now I've been looking to go back to the East Coast. I went this summer and visited Johns Hopkins and Harvard, and those are the 2 I'm trying to get into.
And what degree or focus of study you'd like to get in?
I'd like to be a bio major, and also I want to move that into the medicine field, so I want to be a doctor, a sports medicine doctor preferably. So.
All right, great. And who is a key mentor for you in your life?
The reason that I want to be a sports medicine doctor was when I was 9 years old, I broke my ankle, and I went to one of my teachers now's husband, and he took care of me, so that's kind of made me want to move in the sports medicine field.
Okay, great. Some general questions, a little bit lighter here. We're going to shoot right through them. Do you have any other hobbies outside of sports?
Well, I play golf too. That's kind of a sport, but I like going out with my family, go to the lake sometimes, go camping. I just like spending time with my friends and family.
Any pregame rituals that you like to do to get yourself psyched up or relaxed?
Well, it's kind of ever since I was little, I've always gotten nervous. So sometimes you see me over a trash can before a game, but I've gotten away from that a little bit.
All right. And favorite video game and game system you enjoy playing them on?
Well, I don't have much time, but I play Call of Duty with a bunch of the guys. I go to somebody's house, hang out, usually on Xbox. So.
All right, and finally, the big question. This is one that's can shake the axis of the earth. We're going to do a poll at the end of the year. PC or Mac?
Mac.
Mac all the way. Going to get the new iPhone 5?
Hopefully soon.
All right, that's Taz, our Dick's Sporting Goods Scholar Athlete of the Week from the Chino Hills Huskies. Well, that concludes this edition of our weekly Prep Sports Highlight Show here on Sportscenetv.net. Remember to follow us on Twitter at SportsSceneTV, where on Friday nights we will always be sending you game updates from the area local games that we are at. And make sure you follow us on Facebook to stay up to date on the latest prep sports coverage. Also, stay tuned on our website, SportsSceneTV.net, where we bring you the latest videos and stats, and of course our weekly Prep Sports podcast with my co-host and producer, Brian Gillette, where we recap games in detail and also interview coaches. For the entire staff here at SportsSceneTV.net, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.